I've made a lot of videos on the versatility of the 110-degree hinge from Blum, the straight arm hinge. And in this video, we're going to use the 110-degree half-cranked hinge, the one Blum calls partial overlay. It's frequently used when you have a partition in a cabinet and two doors are mounted on the same partition. Then they need a half overlay, less than half overlay, and then they have a reveal in between. So in this video, we will examine the half-cranked or partial overlay 110-degree Blum hinge. Now, just to start the video, let's point out this. We're still using a zero mounting plate here, here and here where the door attaches. We're going to start by removing these straight arm hinges. Let me show you something here. Right here. This is how you release the Inserta hinge. Now, with those straight arm hinges out of the way, we're going to install the Inserta 110-degree half-cranked or half-overlay hinge. Got to make sure that the hinge cup is fully seated in the hole. And in this case, I'm drilled at a 5, but a 5 or a 6 both work real well with the half-overlay hinge. I most often use a 6, but in this case, we have a 5mm boring distance from the edge of the hole to the edge of the door. And now our half-cranked hinges are attached to the door. So now we're going to attach the door to the cabinet. Here's our zero mounting plates. The door is attached. And we have the soft close feature. Now you'll notice, look at all of the reveal that you have here on the cabinet. So this is what we call a partial overlay. And because I have this drilled at 5mm, the fixed distance on the half overlay hinge or half cranked hinge is 1.5mm. And so 1.5 plus 5 is 6.5. That's my overlay on this door cabinet, and the rest of this is reveal. I have a 19mm or 3/4 inch thick cabinet. So that's attaching a half cranked hinge. Now another application, let me just grab a door here, is where you have the half crank hinge and then you can apply a door right here. I should do that. That's how they're used. Now let's take a look at the drawing. In the drawing on the left side of the screen, we're featuring the fixed distance in the red or pink color there. And you'll notice that it's 1.5mm that the hinge cup overlays the side panel of the cabinet. And the hinge, the half-cranked hinge, is mounted on a zero mounting plate. That's pictured in blue. The screw hole setback for the mounting plate from the front edge of the cabinet to the center of the hole is 37mm for mounting your hinge to the mounting plate. So that's featuring the fixed distance, primarily, a 1.5mm for a half-cranked hinge. Now on the picture on the right side of the screen there, still again we have a zero mounting plate with a screw hole setback of 37mm mounted to our cabinet side, and it's showing the boring distance. So you have your hinge cup and the boring distance. Now on the sample we have today, it's a 5mm boring distance, so my overlay is the fixed distance of 1.5 plus the boring distance of 5. So I have a 6.5mm overlay, and the rest of it is reveal. Same drawing here. Except you'll notice that little part in the green, it's the 1.5 millimeter gap. And that's a factory preset. So when you use the 37 millimeter setback that you see in this drawing, you will automatically end up with a 1.5 millimeter gap. That's the space between your door when it's closed and the side panel of the cabinet. In this final application, we're showing the twin applications where two of these partial overlay hinges, the half crank, are mounted on one side panel or one partition. And here they're using the twin application screw. So your zero mounting plates are back to back, your hinges are back to back. And now you can see that with your boring distance of 5 or 6 and a 1.5 millimeter fixed distance, that you're still going to end up with a nice reveal between the two hinges. So that's a twin application. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Blum 110 degree half crank or partial overlay hinge from Blum. And we used the Inserta this time and not the screw-on. I like the Inserta hinge. It is actually a very popular hinge. A lot of people use those because it's sort of like tool-free. You just snap it in, it's done. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give us the thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.